Welcome to How to Scrim in CS Source special lesson. This is actually a request from many other YouTubers who have been sending me messages about giving advice on using the AWP. Let me once more clarify, I've never been in a sniper role for my team back in competitive days. However, I have been playing relatively long enough to actually maybe observe or pick up certain things about how different people use AWP differently, and I'll just basically discuss about the various techniques involved in using the AWPs, and of course to briefly discuss my take on how to use the AWP more effectively. What usually determines who gets the kill first is speed. Assuming that you have the same firepower or the same aim as your opponent, in the end what boils down to who wins is who fires first. So generally, it is highly recommended to train single scope. In fact, I know many semi-professional players who actually do not use double scopes at all. Even for very far angles or very far locations, they still stick to single scopes because they think you recover faster and you can get back to your single scope faster. In essence, when you're playing in an AWP scenario, in a 1v1 sniper to sniper, speed is what it matters. Now, some people of course use the no scope, which is actually just faster than the single scope, but of course in that case accuracy goes down a lot. Okay, so let's just discuss about the two kinds of methods to using the AWP. As far as I'm concerned, when I play, I noticed two kinds of major styles. One I call the predictive aim style, and another called the reflex aim style. Now, if this is your crosshair and this edge is a wall, and you know that there's probably an opponent that might come here, instead of aiming right here, some people aim here. I call this predictive aim. So as the person appears, because of the reaction time, they place the crosshair like maybe instead of here, they place it away here, so that when the opponent appears and runs across, all they need to do is just fire and the timing will fit and the person will be shot dead. That's called predictive aim to me. It's what a lot of people use sometimes. Another way, of course, is called reflex aim, in which you purely base your reflex and your aim to move the crosshair to the person. So when the person appears, instead of waiting here and just staying still, you move towards it. So when it appears, move towards it and kills and it shoots. Both have its pros and cons. I think that for double scopes, having the predictive aim is more recommended. For single scope, it's easier to do reflex aim, so you basically move the crosshair to the person. For the other case, in predictive play, you let the person come to the crosshair. These two are quite different, and I don't think you should adopt like one over the other predominantly. I think if you can master both in different situations, then it will be very useful for you as a sniper. Of course, when you use these approaches really depends on where your opponent is. If you're playing somewhere far enough, having a predictive play might be an advantage in certain situations. If the opponent is near enough, like let's say you're at double doors and they are at lower tunnels, then having a single scope reflex aim kind of approach might be better. All in all, basically, general advice I would give to anybody who wants to improve their AWP is to just use single scope more. Having a good balance between these two styles would actually probably ensure you a better AWP experience. And so I conclude this special edition of how to use the AWP more effectively. Once again, my advice is not professional or anything, but it's just my take, and I hope you learn something from it. So thank you, and until next time, when I have more time, I'll probably go on with the other videos. Yep, cheers.